This past weekend, the ANC in Mpumalanga held its 13th Provincial Elective Conference, which saw Mandla Ndlovu becoming the chairperson. On Sunday, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa appealed to the newly elected provincial leadership to deal with the issue of Mandla Msibi in accordance with the resolutions of the 2017 National Elective Conference of the party. Newly elected ANC Mpumalanga chairperson Mandla Ndlovu joins us now for the conversation. Great to have you, chairperson. Welcome to Morning Live.
No, thanks for your time and greetings to our viewers.
Absolute pleasure. And firstly, congratulations on your election. Let's perhaps talk about your priority list. What is it that you're going to go into office and sort out?
No, we, as an organization, we first thought that in the last election, when we conducted our own assessment on the elections, we realized that people decided to walk away from us. And we did not blame the people for not voting for the ANC. When we conducted door-to-door, they said to us that they think that we are not prioritizing them, we always prioritize ourselves. So we thought that we are going to change our posture. We must conduct political education. We must conduct political education for all our members so that they will be able to understand that when they join the ANC, they don't join the ANC to prioritize themselves, but they must prioritize our people. We said as an organization that we are going to conduct an economic endeavor where we are going to prioritize the economy of the province. We said that the rate of unemployment in the province is very high. So we are going also to prioritize unemployment in the province. We will make sure that we build the economy of the province. We said that we must build strong ANC that will unite the people of the province. We said that it's only a united ANC that can first unite our people, unite the alliance. It's only a united ANC that can build a state. It's only a united ANC that can fight 2024 elections. Yeah. So we said that we are entering into a journey where we are going to prioritize our people, a journey which will make the ANC be strong in the province. So that is the main priority of the ANC in the next 4 years. Yeah. We said that we must build strong ANC, capable ANC, and must make sure that we educate our people to understand that talent and morality are intertwined. We must not separate the two.
So, I mean, chairperson, there's nothing new in what you're saying. I mean, these are the same promises we've heard over and over again. So, you know, it's I suppose the how is what we need to hear. But, you know, in interest of time, we hope that we'll get to have that conversation with you in terms of how you're going to do this. Because, I mean, one of the biggest ones that you mentioned, which I find quite ironic, is that whole issue of unity. I mean, that used to be, or that was your slogan going into the 2017 elective conference. And since that day, or since then, there has been anything but unity within with Mpumalanga and within the ANC there. I mean, there have been so many internal battles that have been taking place, court challenges to even stop the elective conference taking place, fires, burning buildings down. I mean, it has been a disaster, to say the least, going up to this. And now, obviously, the unity is not necessarily the name of this campaign, but it's now called Focus. So let's get on to that. Unity wasn't something that really worked because we saw it falling apart. What's the Focus all about now? What's that theme?
No, we understand that sometimes our people will bypass the ANC office and go, but we are discouraging our members to vote. We request that always when members have got some differences and problems, instead of dealing with those differences on their own, instead of dealing with those challenges on their own, they must come to ANC offices. They should not go to court so that we can have an engagement. It's only ANC processes that can assist us to deal with political challenges, not a courtroom. Because when you go to court, all of us, we are technical. So in the best interest of the ANC, we want to request that always our members must come to ANC offices and have a dialogue with us. So some of these challenges that people are referring to in the province, I think they're exaggerating. We have got challenges just like any province of the ANC, and we're capable of dealing with all our challenges in the province. So we will, because also in the conference, we agreed as contestants that immediately after the conference, all of us were going to accept the outcome of the conference. We respect the leadership that is going to be elected in the conference. So we have accepted the outcome of the conference. We all in the conference declared that we were given an opportunity to engage in the conference. Our rights to participate were protected. So there was diversity in the conference, and we expect now that after the conference, all of us will have to unite and implement resolutions.
Yeah. So let's talk about, I mean, we talk about internal matters now and the debacle around Mandla Msibi. Now, this is a turn of events, I imagine, that is quite worrying. I mean, we've heard the president speaking. We've heard even Jessie Duarte speaking about this as well. I mean, I know that she's on her not feeling well, not in her position at the moment. The Deputy Secretary General also basically saying that they're very, very disappointed in this election, an election of Mandla Msibi. Now, we know what the problem is with Mandla Msibi. I mean, he, of course, is the newly elected Treasurer General. He has got, 2 charges against him. And this is a very, very big worry. He's facing 2 murder charges and is expected to appear in the High Court in Nelspruit. How was it allowed that Mr. Msibi could actually even get into this position with these charges behind him?
Yeah, there are guidelines that have been developed by the ANC, and in the main, we're giving more, or we allow branches to nominate candidates. So our branches, I think sometimes they are those that are prioritizing talents, and while others are prioritizing morality. So in this case, I think most of our branches prioritize talent. They nominated Comrade Mandla because of his ability. So as such, we reached the threshold in the conference, and we engaged also with National when we're in the conference to get their view on this matter.
And what was their view? What was their view? May I ask you, what was their view?
There was a grey area because Comrade Mandla on his own, he stepped aside voluntarily before we went to the conference. So when we were in the conference, there is a grey area that if a person is nominated and they reach a threshold, what is it that must happen? Because also in other provinces, we had comrades that they were elected while they were affected by step aside. So we thought that it would be proper for the NSC officials to give us a guidance. And they said that they were going to consider this matter. We're happy that yesterday they met, and now we've got a clear guidance. But also in the conference, as KEC members, myself as at that time was a convener, we engaged with the leadership of the ANC from National. We agreed that we were going to talk to Comrade Mandla. We even phoned Comrade Mandla on that. Accepted that step aside is automatic. When he was elected in the conference, automatically step aside kicked in. So Comrade Mandla, even before he received that letter from the ANC, he was his participation in the ANC was suspended.
How did he land up on your slate? I mean, this is something we need to really get to the bottom of. The fact that somebody who is facing 2 murder charges is even allowed to get this far and elect into the position, and now obviously will step aside. I mean, this is not very productive, is it? I mean, you've already got a position that the individual has stepped aside. How did it land up that he was there? I mean, surely you knew going into this, the step aside rule, and he's facing very, very serious charges. Why continue with him?
Yeah, in this case, the D does not lie with the leadership. Branches on their own processes, they nominated Comrade Mandla. And I have already indicated that there was a gray area. It was not, I did not appoint Comrade Mandla to be on my slate. He was nominated by structures of the ANC.
So a question.
That's why there was an engagement.
I suppose a question, sorry for interrupting you, just to ask a question then. Are the branches not governed by the same set of rules that are set out in terms of the step-aside rule? I mean, do the branches not fall under the same rules that you fall under as well as national? How could this have gotten this far? Talk to us about branches and what their train of thought is.
No, I said that there was a grey area, but
what is the grey area?
At the end of the day,
what is the grey area?
Was not clear that if you get, it was not clear that if you get a threshold, whether you must have to accept to contest or not. It was not clear. But as an organization, we said that sometimes, even without resolutions, we must be able to build a political consciousness of our comrades to understand that they should not prioritize talents and forget about morals. So we are at this moment trying to build our conscience as movement. We must build strong ANC so that our comrades will be able to distinguish between what is wrong and what is right. So we are on this one. We think that we will be able to educate our branches, and our branches will be able to understand that talents and morality are intertwined, as I indicated. They will prioritize also morality instead of concentrating more on talents.
I mean, the message that this is sending out to the electorate, and this is very, very important. You know, to have an individual like this within your ranks, surely this is not the image that you want to walk into office with. I mean, this is precedent setting. I mean, you have the president already standing up at the end of the conference and saying, the house is on fire and we are the ones who must put out this fire, and you as delegates here must put out the fire divisions. You must put out the fire on corruption. You must put out the fire of everything that's going wrong in the movement. That's to quote the president. And then you have a man who has 2 murder charges against him, and that is called putting out a fire.
Yeah, we accept that our rivers are dirty, and it is our responsibility to clean our rivers. And we made that commitment in the conference that we are going to clean our rivers. So the concern of the president is receiving a serious attention. Also, province. We're going to deal with corruption. We're going to deal with all the rots in the position.
So he stepped aside for now. So that's just to wrap up this part. So he has stepped aside at this point on that position.
Right in the conference. Yeah, right in the conference. I said that step aside is automatic when you are elected. If you are charged automatically, you have to step aside.
Okay. And who will be acting in his position?
We are still going to engage, but yesterday on our officials agreed that the deputy chairperson, Comrade Speedy, will also act as the treasurer.
Quick question, just we are running into our news time in a moment or two. Your election itself has been touted as a win for the Ramaphosa faction of the ANC. Does this narrative not bother you in light of the so-called ANC's Renewal and Unity project?
Yeah, we all support the renewal program. And also in the conference, Comrade said that you must have to enter into the revolutionary journey where we are going to build cadres of the ANC, cadres that they understand that they are not in their position to prioritize themselves and that their elections means that they are not being elected to position of authority, but to positions of services. So I don't understand why people are saying that I'm the ally of the president. I'm the chairperson of the ANC in the province, and the president is the president of all of us, including myself. So I'm not the ally of the president. I did not endorse the president. What I said in the conference is that as a true cadre of this movement, if there is a call from branches, he should not reject, because he can't decide his own role in the ANC. If there is a call for him to stand for second term, he must have to accept that call. So this interpretation that I have endorsed the president, I don't understand where it is coming.
So you are you saying it here this morning that you are not endorsing President Ramaphosa to go for a second term?
I said that if there is a call from branches, must have to accept, and I'm repeating that any member of the ANC, if there is a call from our structures to serve in whatever positions, we all have to accept. We can't decide our own in the organization. We must allow the structures of the ANC to give us roles to play in the organization. So the president, if there is a call, he must have to accept that call, must avail himself.
In terms of the deputy president position, I mean, obviously, your province was the major stronghold for Deputy President David Mabuza. There's a big contest for that position here in the country and in the party going forward. Now, funnily enough, three of the big names that are vying or have been rumored to be vying for that position happen to be at the conference this weekend. And we talk of Zweli Mkhize, Minister Lamola also being there, and the last one is the party treasurer, Paul Mashatile. If you had to throw your name behind one of them, who would it be?
Yeah, I will. They are all strong comrades. Comrade Mabuza is the current deputy president. If you want to select candidates, you start from the incumbent, and you have got Comrade Lamola, still young and energetic, very intelligent. Comrade Zweli Mkhize, very good comrade. Comrade Paul Mashatile, they grew up in our country. They are all very good comrades. I think all of them have got a role to play in the ANC. And we are going to decide their role. In the province, we are going to engage. What we are requesting is that a comrade should stop to move out of the province and start to negotiate with the the PEC to guide this process.
Just on a final, very quickly, it has become somewhat of an ANC tradition that the provincial chair then leads the government as premier, as is the case in most of the provinces, we know that. Has there been any discussion to this effect so far?
No, I was not happy. I did not support 8 days in September when President Mbeki was removed. I also did not support the removal of Comrade Zuma. But as a member of the ANC, you have to accept the decision that has been taken by the higher structure. So I would not want to have another 8 days in September in the province. I'm not going to initiate that discussion. And the Premier will continue to do her work as the Premier of the province until the term of office.
Let's leave it there for this morning. I know we'll touch base again, that goes without say. But thank you very, very much for joining us this morning on the program. That, of course, is Mandla Ndlovu, who is the newly elected ANC Mpumalanga chairperson, talking to us after the conference this past weekend. All right, it has gone 8 o'clock already. Let's get into our news bulletin.